You are so right, Phelan. It was freezing this morning. It really, really was. And we've, I suppose, been warmed up by not only the music, but by some of the lovely stories of some of the beneficiaries of the National Lottery. And we're going to talk to some of the beneficiaries now. And I'm so glad that we're actually still on SABC 2, which is what we really want, because we want to speak to them and introduce you to some of the people that have made a difference in a lot of people's lives. And that's thanks to the National Lottery Board funding them. So let's meet them. First up, I've got Kevin here. Now, Kevin is the CEO of the Cape Town Minstrels. We all know the Cape Town Minstrels, but it's good to hear the National Lottery Board funding and supporting you as well. So welcome to Morning Live.
Yeah, thank you and for having us here. And obviously we're glad the National Lottery Board invited the band to come play also for the.
Which is so nice. We're going to talk about them as well. And also I've got Rose here, who's from the Bophelong Community Centre. I spoke a little bit about it before, based in Mamelodi, and doing a wonderful job there. Rose, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much, Liana.
All right, let me first talk to you, Rose. So you are a community project, you're an NGO, and you're doing such fabulous work. And you were telling me earlier, the idea behind it was that you wanted to develop a place where mothers could bring their unwanted children if they felt they couldn't look after these babies, as opposed to dumping them in dustbins, which is such a common occurrence. You developed a home and a community centre to take in these babies. So that was the idea. Tell us a bit more of how this all unfolded.
This whole project started when we realized this project, Bophelong Community Centre, is church-based. It was birthed by Charity and Faith Mission Church under Pastor Titus. And we heard that babies are being dumped at the dumping site. It was about 20 babies a month. That is what we heard, and it was terrible. And we took up this initiative of saving those babies as a church and as a community. So because of the funding that we got from lottery, we went out and made the community aware to say, do not kill your babies. If you are stressed up about your pregnancy or your baby, bring your baby in and we can take care of the baby. It's either foster care or adoption. Yeah. So that is how we have started this initiative. And I'm telling you, it has worked. The stories that we hear is that people are no more dumping as many babies as they used to, because we did door to door. We went to the schools to educate the girls about not. We did everything, also about prevention of pregnancy. Yes, that is what we did. Yes,
Rose, that is an amazing story. This really pulls at my heartstrings, and I'm sure it does at most people's heartstrings. I mean, why do this? Why are you doing this? I mean, I can understand, because I am a mother and I love it. But the fact that you have gone out and above the call of duty, you're taking in all these babies. What made you want to do this?
I believe that is what Jesus would have done. We are a church, a Christian-based organization, and we were thinking of all these babies. This is the future generation. This is our future leaders. And so you can imagine having killed that baby. Yeah. And so that is why we went out and said, no, let us save these babies. And the good part of it is that since the launch of this initiative, we have already saved about 28 babies. You know, it's just amazing.
Rose, yes. Beautiful story. Yes. Beautiful story. And I'm so glad that you're getting that much and needed help. So from that heartwarming story to another heartwarming story, because whenever we think of the Cape Minstrels, I mean, you guys have etched yourselves into the greatest part of South Africa. You really have. But money is always a difficulty. So having the National Lottery Board come on board, what's it been like? What has it done for the Cape Town Minstrels?
Yeah, thanks for the Lottery Board's assistance in terms of when they came on board. It really made a lot of changes, because the numbers that we have, we've got thousands of members, and 80% of them are the young boys and girls on the streets. And the situation in Cape Town in terms of the gangsterism, the drugs, and and crime. All those kids that's practicing music, they didn't have formal music lessons. They come to practice 2-3 times a week. weekends they practice, which means we keep them off the street and give them something to do, and it's a positive thing, and it takes effect. So the children that were standing on the corner are now playing the band. They're mastering the instrument. I'm actually also jealous because they're playing all kinds of, the brass instruments.
That's amazing. Kevin, thank you very, very much for joining us. Rose, thank you. I'm glad we got to chat to both of you very quickly, because that brings us to the end of the broadcast here on SABC 2. So you can see the benefits of the National Lottery. But the good news is that so much is going to change and many more will benefit as well. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. We're back with you tomorrow morning, bright and early. There's another half an hour, though, on Channel 404, so tune in there if you do have access. God bless you all. Sharp, sharp. Eta.